So after over a month, we are finally going to be resurrecting the 370Z Nismo today. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. So honestly, the package is still in its way, right? So as you guys know, our crossover pipe was cracked. So we sent it off to SoCal, to Gonzo, the person that made the kit, so that he can repair it, because he was gonna do it under warranty. But definitely there is no doubt in my mind that the pipe cracked, and then obviously we hit it, we damaged it, it's all dented in, right? No doubt in my mind that that didn't help at all. I'm pretty sure after we hit that, it made the crack even worse, because that was like a stress point, and so when we hit it, it like just cracked even more. Hopefully it's here within the next couple minutes. So we are just gonna sit right here, and we are gonna wait on UPS. And after freaking all day, bro, this fool finally shows up. Cannot believe this. I'll meet you halfway. How's it going?
Good. My last one.
Nice.
That's it.
Long day, huh?
Yeah, long day, bro. Hey, how's it going?
UPS delivers in the morning all the time over here, but the one day that I'm waiting for something that I really need, I'm his last stop. That's hilarious. Oh yeah. Looks like he repaired it. Nice. Nice. That's weird. I wonder why I put if it's fixable because you guys saw that we bent it, but I guess he didn't pay no mind to that. But I wonder why he put this one on this side, but then put that one on that side. Huh. It's a little interesting. I don't know. Should we throw it on right now? It's getting late. It's 6 o'clock. It gets dark earlier. Yeah, I'm still gonna throw it on. We waited all day for it. Of course I'm gonna throw it on. So let me go ahead and get the jack stands, get all the tools we need to get this done. I'm out of breath. I waited over a month for this exact day. Haven't driven that car in over a month. So of course I'm gonna do it right now. Like, I'm not gonna wait a whole nother day. I'm impatient. When I want stuff done, I want it done, right? So let me go ahead and grab my handy dandy safety glasses and let's get on with it. Ooh. Alright, so quick update. This pipe doesn't fit. So everything that, each part that he welded on new, like the flex pipe on the right side and the left hand side, is too short. So it doesn't fit. It doesn't even reach. So the one pipe that he didn't touch, it goes where it's supposed to go, but then there's like an inch gap from each other connecting point where it's supposed to be at, and I have no idea what I'm gonna do about it. I have no clue. I don't know. So that's where that pipe is supposed to be at on the bottom, right? You guys see up there? See how far away from where it's supposed to be at? It's like that on both sides. So alright, so I gotta start this car because it's been way too long, and like I told you guys from the get-go, don't really want that E85 to go bad and cause me even more issues. So not really sure how this is gonna go, but I'll have to start it. so it is a brand new day, and I have a little bit more clarity in my head. So basically what's going on is, see if I can explain this very well. So you guys know that we have those flex pipes on the exhaust, like on the hot parts, right? So basically what happened, just make a long story short, basically what happened is, I guess as the crossover pipe was like flexing, bending as we were hitting it, scraping and all that stuff, well, there is a flex pipe on the up pipe. I know there's a lot of pipes and flex pipes and all that stuff, but there's the flex on the up pipe. And basically the up pipe is connected to the crossover pipe, and that's the one that's connected to the turbo, right? So there's a flex pipe on that pipe, and as we were hitting the crossover pipe, it was basically, because we were hitting it on the left, and basically what was happening is as we were flexing and hitting that crossover pipe, it was stretching that up pipe. And keep in mind, there's a flex pipe on the left hand side that connects to the header. There's a flex pipe that's connected on the right hand side of the crossover pipe, and all that stuff was like, you know, bending and stretching, all that stuff. So the reason why that the crossover pipe would have fit before we sent it off to get it repaired is because all those flex pipes were basically stretched, and they were like seated in the correct spot. And now that we have a new flex pipe on the left hand side and right hand side, it's basically back to how it should be, and that's the reason why it's not fitting. So because of the fact that those parts are back to where they should be, because there's new parts on there, that up pipe is still stretched. So that's the reason why that the crossover pipe is connecting to there first, and it's not reaching everywhere else. So that's what I came up with, and I'm not gonna lie, I was going after Gonzo's head, but he threw the idea out there, and after he said it, I was kind of thinking, and I went back to look at the previous videos, and I still have a picture from when we first got the kit, and I was looking at everything, and you can tell that that up pipe is stretched now on the car versus when I first got it. So just being transparent with you guys, and that's pretty much our issue now. So to fix everything, now getting to the parts of how we're going to fix it. So how we're going to fix everything, I basically have to get a brand new flex welded on the up pipe, and that's pretty much what should fix everything, because like I said, that's the point of connection where it's connecting first, and it's not allowing it to connect anywhere else. So we are going to look at it again. We're going to go underneath the car, we're going to look at it again. Let me see if I can bend it back. Probably not going to be able to bend it back because it's metal, right? But if not, we're just going to take off that up pipe, and we're going to have to get a whole new flex welded. So the up pipe is the one, actually the V-band's right here. So the good thing is we can't get to the V-band to loosen it, to take it off. But my main worry is how hard it's going to be to put it back on. Like that's literally the reason why I don't want to take it off, is because to like successfully put it back on, I'm going to have to take this off, which is not hard to take off, but I'm going to have to probably take this off, which involves taking a bumper off, which involves taking off the under panel, and it's just, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to figure it out. I mean, kind of already figured it out, that more or less is gonna have to come off, but it's pretty much gonna have to like disassemble a lot of stuff, but it is what it is. Like I told you guys in the past, I am the worst when things like this happen, because I start stressing out, and then a whole bunch of stuff to start going through my head. But I'm learning as we get in these situations to not stress, because at the end of the day, we will always figure it out. In order for me to actually get that up pipe off, I'm gonna have to take off what I have to take off to put it back on, if that makes any sense. So this has to come off, this pipe has to come off, this has to come off, from bumper has to come off, just so I can get my hand in there, take off the V-band completely, and then like unhook that so that it doesn't get stuck, so I can pull the up pipe off. Alright, so I actually had to take off the turbo, I had to demount that. So that's not even mounted really. Only thing that's mounted is the oil drain and then the oil feed. Obviously we have to take, this pipe took a beating, bro, look at this. It was actually on the verge of being a very, 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 very big bliss leak. It was like burning through the pipe. Good thing we have another one, we have an extra one of these pipes in the house, in my room actually. But it was actually burning. It actually burnt through the actual turbo blanket. And I think it's because of that guy right there was pushing down this pipe, which was also pushing against the turbo blanket. And then I mean, I'm surprised the turbo blanket even did that, because it's supposed to prevent heat, but it ended up like being burnt, because this is like, it's highly layered. It's like 3, 4, 5 layers within that turbo blanket. So I don't know if I should get another one of these or just kind of patch it up. But nonetheless, we end up getting the up, so this is what they call the up pipe. and again, this is what connects to the turbo. We ended up getting it off. Now, here's our problem. Perfect example, right? So, right here, as you guys can see, this is where it's stretched. This is where the flex pipe is welded onto the pipe, right? This is what flex. So, as you can tell, this is what it's supposed to look like, but this is what it looks like. So, I'll just kind of hold it side by side, just so you guys can see like what they mean by it flexing or it stretching. This is what a stretch looks like. So, again, this is new, right? This is what it's supposed to look like, but this is what it looks like. So we ended up buying another one of these, brand new, and we gotta wait for that to come in. Once it comes in, we get it welded to there, and then we'll put everything back together. Hopefully that should do it. Fingers crossed. I have faith that that should fix it, but I'm gonna go ahead and line this pipe up. Now that this pipe is off, I want to see if all the other connections line up, and then we'll go from there, because that should be a good indication. But nonetheless, everything else lines up. All the connections line up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the crossover pipe on. That way when we get the flex pipe welded and we go ahead and put that up pipe on, it kind of makes my job just a little bit easier. That way all I have to do is just put it down there and then kind of like wiggle it around and connect everything. You see, my biggest issue that happens a lot, I don't know if you guys can hear me because I know it's a little windy, but my biggest issue is that even when people tell me things are not supposed to work, or you can't do this, or you can't do that, I always have to find out for myself. I don't know if that, like, in some situations that's kind of a bad thing, but in another situation, I guess it's a good thing. But that being said, I went ahead and put the crossover pipe on. I put the up pipe on, and I have everything seated. The only thing I have to do is get this to line up right here and put the V-band on. Once I do that, I would have successfully put everything back together how I had it, how everything is before even getting the flex pipe welded back on, or new flex pipe welded back on. None of that. All I had to do was kind of play Tetris a little bit, but I'm not gonna speak too soon. Again, I gotta get this lined up. So let me go ahead and play with this a little bit more. And like I said, I'm pretty confident that I can get that to line up. All right, so we have everything back together. Everything. Turbo's back on, charge pipe's back on. Well, not everything, bumper's not on, but everything that we need on to start this car is on. Even the up pipe, everything is back together. We even did a leak down test, as you guys can see. Where is it? It's still over here. We have our DIY spoke machine. That's how we ended up finding that crack in the first place. So we used that after we put everything back together to make sure that there was no leaks. And everything's back together, everything is good, everything is solid. So we're gonna do the first initial start. We even had a leak. So we had a power steering leak, I guess, because we were rubbing, I'm assuming it was a fiberglass I was rubbing against the hose down there. And so we ended up having to repair that too. But we're gonna do the first initial start. It's a familiar face you guys haven't seen in a minute. But we're gonna go ahead and do the start, and we're gonna see. I'll let you start it. Where are the keys at? I don't know. Honestly, I think this car locks by itself. I noticed that. All right, here we go. You said what?
I said no type of leak.
What's that rattle?
Oh,
No. No idea. So I am going to call it a day here. The sun's going down, so I have no more light to work with. I have fiberglass all over me. I'm starving. I'm thirsty. So we have to replace the power steering line tomorrow. So you guys saw that we had that leak earlier. Well, what ended up happening was the reason why we're having that whine when we start is because air is getting inside the system through the power steering line. And the reason why is because we had a leak earlier. So what I ended up doing, I had extra slack on the line. So I ended up cutting off where the damage was, and I just put the line back. But you guys know, since heat got to it, it expanded that line, so it's loose. It's not as tight as it should be, so air is getting inside. So we do have to replace that line tomorrow, so I will save that for a separate video. After we do that, we should be able to drive the car, get it off of the jack stands and drive it. And so I'm really excited, because again, I haven't driven that car in like over a month. So We will save that for another video. And as always, I will catch you in the next one. Peace out. Stay safe and stay tuned.
No flex, I done dropped a couple bands on this brand new Rolex. I can pop a couple bands on you, girl, you know that. When she get the poppin', I'm like, way to go. We gon' get it poppin' on the radio. Turned out, now